Okay, I give to you si Sir Aya Laraya.
Okay, so good evening everyone and welcome dun sa presentation natin ngayon on paano ba talaga mag-invest sa Philippine Stock Exchange. So if you have questions, please feel free to start writing them down there. And as we progress, pag makita ko dyan, then we can try to sort of answer them as we go, especially if, oops, nawala daw yung sound.
Ay, okay na. Okay na siya.
Okay, sige. So just a brief intro muna. There we go. I represent, of course, CUL Financial Group Incorporated. We used to be known as citiseconline.com, and we're the largest online stock brokerage firm in the country. And aside from being the largest online presence, we're also the most active when it comes to educating people about the stock market. That's why we're here. Because we believe that before someone enters the market, dapat may alam muna tayo. Please huwag tayo papasok sa stock market para lang makiuso. Kasi uso ang market talaga ngayon Talagang parang ang dali kumita, mabilis, ang daming kumikita, and hindi pa naging ganyan. Kaya lalo na kung ngayon pa lang tayo nag-iisip pumasok, medyo konting ingat tayo. Kasi ang stock market, even though everyone watching this can actually enter the stock market now, not all of you should be entering. There are some very real risks sa pagpasok sa stock market na dapat maintindihan muna natin bago tayo pumasok. So that's CUL. That's why I work with CUL. So just quick, I'm Aya Laraya, of course. I founded pesosandcents.com. And aside from working with CUL, I also work with Australian and British colleges, basically to teach people about economics and finance. Okay, so what are we going to do today? Well, ito yung agenda natin Unang-una, of course, bago pumasok sa stock market, ano ba ginagawa? Why? Bakit? Ano ba mapapala? And then, I guess this will be what the interest to most people. Paano ka pipili ng magandang stock? Again, this is an introductory level. So parang it just gives you an idea of what your mindset should be pag magsisimula ka sa stock market. Diba, meron tayong 300 na pwedeng pagpilian sa Philippine Stock Exchange. How do you even begin to choose among the 300 plus kung saan tayo maglalagay ng pera? And then from there, yung system natin, kasi lahat naman kayo may trabaho and some of you are from other countries. Siyempre, baka pag-araw dyan, gabi dito, or vice versa. So, paano ka ngayon makakapag-stock market effectively? And then, of course, lastly, ano ba meron sa CUL? What do we actually provide you with to help you do all of those things? Okay, so again, if you have any questions, comments, please feel free to write them down, and we'll try to address it as we get them. So, let's start here. Okay, why? So, bakit? Well, number one, sa totoo lang, the main reason it's Saturday night, well, at least here in the Philippines, it's Saturday night. The main reason why you're here is because you're all looking for ways to make money. Yan lang naman yun You are all making money somewhere. Most of you, if not all of you, either have a job or a business that's already providing you with a primary source of income. But honestly, if you felt that that was enough for you for the rest of your life, you would not be here. You'd be doing something else. But the fact that you're here means that on some level, you want to make more money. Wala namang masama doon. But you just have to be upfront about it. Okay, I want to make more money. Sige, why do you want to make more money? Siyempre, kasi may kanya-kanyang luho tayo. Ganun lang naman yun We all want to buy nice things. For some, it's cars. For others, it's gadgets. Others want to travel abroad. Others naman, gusto lang nila, every now and then, makapag-night out man lang, or gimmick-gimmick every now and then. Basta may luho tayong lahat. Wala naman masama doon. But yun nga, kaya tayo laging naghahanap, parang pinakamababaw na dahilan, kasi nga, may gusto tayong biling maganda. Just recently, kakatlabas lang ng Samsung Galaxy S6 Edge. Okay naman yun. Masama bang bumili? Sa totoo naman hindi Kanya-kanya lang talaga yan. But if you want to be serious about it, the typical Filipino, tayong mga Pinoy, gusto natin kumita, gusto natin may pera, kasi gusto natin may sarili tayong bahay. We're a house owning culture. We really don't like renting in general. For many of us, tatandaan yung commercials dati nung Pag-ibig, parang sinasabi, bakit ka pa mangungupahan? Parang nagsasayang talaga ng pera pag ganyan. That is typical of many of us. Gusto natin sa atin yung bahay, and syempre, mahal bumili ng bahay. Especially if it's in Metro Manila, kahit saan halos mahal. That's why many people end up, even though they work in Metro Manila, they end up living outside of Metro Manila. I mean, I used to be a realtor some time ago, so kahit ngayon, 5 million pesos will not get you very much here in the city, lalo na dito sa Ortigas or in Makati. But if you go to Antipolo, if you go to Rizal, go to Bulacan, you go to all of these places na medyo malayo, 5 million pesos, pretty much hassle lot na yan eh. Tapos syempre, pag bumili ka na ng bahay, wala naman walang laman yung bahay mo. Tapos every year, nagbabayad ka ng amilyar. So again, there is that demand for cash. And since we're a young country with most of our population below 35 years old, education is also a very big issue. Mahal magpaaral. I mean, dito lang, sa Pasig, there is one international school, grade 1, 220,000 pesos for 1 year. Sipin niyo yan, 220,000, grade 1, grade 1 to 12 na tayo. Kung tatlong anak mo, o 4, which is typical of many Filipino families, paano papaaralin lahat yan pag ganun usapan? Kaya tuloy, dito pa lang sa 3, laging kinukulang ang karamihan. Gusto natin, maganda gamit natin, luho man o gamit para sa bahay. Tapos syempre, gusto natin mapaaral ng maayos yung mga anak natin. Tuloy, palaging kinakapos, palaging naghahanap ng pandagdag. And minsan nga, pag nagkakamali ng paghahanap, yun, kaya medyo naloloko tayo. Ngayon, dahil dito ang focus natin, we tend to forget or neglect that. Retirement. I mean, seriously, have you ever really sat down and tried to figure out if, when, how, why, all of these things regarding retirement? Kailan? Magkano? Saan? Paano? Mahirap yan eh. Kasi alam namin natin, aminin na natin. I mean, I don't think any Filipino really expects na mabubuhay siya sa SSS. Wala naman, di ba? So pag ganun, lahat naman tayo tatanda, o ano gagawin natin? Di ba? Yung typical Filipino, I mean, you've seen it on social media and everything, but ang typical na sagot ng Filipino sa retirement, yung huling anak na walang asawa. Yun ang nangyayari. 4 kayo magkakapatid. Pag nagretiro na ang magulang nyo, sino mag-aalaga sa dyan? Kung magkasakit yan, sino magbabayad ng expenses nila? Ay kulang naman yung PhilHealth sa totoo lang. Diba? Ano gagawin natin? Yun yung mahirap at yun yung dahilan kung bakit ang mga tao ngayon mas nagiging active sa paghahanap ng investing. At isa sa mga tinitignan nila, I mean, not the only thing, but isa sa tinitignan nila ay stock market. So yan yung isang side. Yan yung why. Ngayon, tingnan din natin syempre yung kabila. Bakit ba hanggang ngayon, less than 800,000 actually, less than 800,000 Filipinos ang nasa stock market? Bakit hirap tayong mga Pilipino pumasok? Well, unang-una, saan ba matututo ng maayos? Hindi naman ito tinuturo talaga sa eskwela eh. I mean, seriously, how many college teachers do you know actually invest in the Philippine Stock Exchange? Because if you yourself are not doing it, can you actually credibly teach it na hindi yung basa-basa lang? Hindi naman gano'n ang tunay na pagtuturo at pag-aaral, di ba? Dapat yung nagtuturo at the very least, ginagawa niya or nagawa na niya yung tinuturo niya. Tapos pangalawa, wala naman sa ngayon na talagang effective na libro that teaches about the Philippine Stock Exchange. Wala pa masyado eh. Most of the books that are being used to teach finance, stock markets, all of these things are American books designed for the American environment, which then makes them not really that suitable para sa Pilipinas. Kasi iba yung condition natin dito sa Pilipinas eh. It's different. Okay? Sandali, nawala na ulit yung audio. Ay. Nawala ulit yung audio. Okay.
Hello guys, can you hear us?
Can you hear us now? Ayan. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so we'll continue na. So, yun nga, the books, kulang. Okay, so people really don't have that solid financial education from college. But it's pachi-pachi. We get theories from abroad, we get theories from books. Hindi siya systematic. Kaya tuloy, paglabas natin sa eskwela, hindi natin alam kung ano talaga yung bagay sa Pilipinas. I mean, sandali, yung electric fan daw. Okay, patayin na lang, sige. Okay, yun, kaya, okay. So, even if you look at books that are commonly used for these things, not all of them are really suitable for the Philippines. Hindi naman lahat, even though that the foundations may be good, all of that. And I guess the best way would be something like this. Di ba pag doktor ka naman sa Pilipinas, hindi ibig sabihin doktor ka din sa US automatically? Kasi iba yung batas, iba yung sistema, iba yung maraming bagay. Ganun din pag lawyer ka. Pag lawyer ka dito, hindi ka naman ibig sabihin lawyer doon. So, pagdating sa finance, even though we may have the same basic principles, pagdating sa actual application dito sa Pilipinas, minsan hindi tugma eh. Kasi unang-unang wala pang shorting dito. Wala pa talagang ways para ma-minimize ang downside loss natin. Kaya tuloy hindi nagiging effective yung pagtuturo. At dahil hindi tayo natuturuan ng tama, we actually don't give our money the proper amount of time and attention. Kasi isipin natin, if you actually visit my Facebook page now, may quick calculation ako doon that shows you na in 1 year, most people will spend 30 days in traffic. Sige mo yung 30 days ka nasa traffic. Oh. Kung 30 days ka nasa traffic sa isang taon, how much time do you spend taking care of your money? Do you even spend 1 day out of every quarter really taking care of it? As in, figuring out what it does, where it goes, what you can do with it? Do you do that? Kasi kung hindi, paano yan lalago ng maayos? Tuloy, even though many institutions have said that the Philippine economy has improved, na umasenso na daw ang Pilipinas, na mas maganda na daw dito sa Pilipinas, marami pa rin, ganyan ang feeling. Kulang. Tapos, laging naghahanap ng pandagdag. Kasi nga, nandun eh. But the funny thing is, according to the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas, we have over 8.5 trillion pesos in checking accounts and savings accounts today as a people. 8.5 trillion. Oh, kung wala tayong pera, saan nagaling yun? But yun nga, hindi na ma-maximize eh. Kasi nga, hindi tayo natuturuan at lagi tayong busy para palaguin ng maayos. Tuloy, walang nangyayari. Tapos sa stock market lalo na, ang nangyayari, kanino ka ba talaga lalapit? Kilala niyo yan? That's Bernie Madoff. One of the biggest scammers in history. And sa stock market, sa totoo lang, noong unang panahon, ganun ang tingin ng tao sa stock market, lokohan, kasino, sugal. Totoo naman din lahat yun. Kakandalokohan talaga. Tapos ang mahirap pa, dati, para pumasok sa stock market, dapat marami kang pera. Kasi trabaho to eh. I mean, I'm still a licensed broker to be honest. And to become my client, for me to accept a person as my client, then we have to talk about minimum siguro about 6 to 8 million pesos. Minimum. Otherwise, sa totoo lang, it's not worth my time. Trabaho to eh. So I'm not going to do it that way. Diba? Kasi I don't think anyone else would do it that way. Kaya tuloy hanggang ngayon, for many people, kahit gusto nilang pumasok sa stock market, hindi kaya because a traditional broker, to make it worth his while, honestly, will require millions of pesos. And these are all the reasons actually that COL became what it is today. We teach, minimize the amount of time and money people need, but most importantly, we are trying to take out the traditional broker from the equation. Kasi as some of you have already heard, 5,000 pesos lang, pwede ka na magsimula eh. Oh, ano mas madali, 5,000 o 5 million? Siyempre 5,000. Kaya talagang sinasabi namin, halos lahat ng Pilipino ngayon, pwede nang mag-isip pumasok sa stock market. 5,000 na lang, ibig na 5 million. Pero ang tanong palagi, dapat ba? Kaya ba? Well, pwede. Tapos yes, in some ways dapat. Kaya ba? Ito mahirap dyan. Weird ng picture, no? Mga sisiyo. Because over the years, this is something I've written about way before, tayo mga Pilipino, nahihirapan talaga tayong mag-invest kasi nga, yung social nature natin, yun ang nagpapahirap eh. I mean, seriously, dun sa seminars ko sa COL, sa Pesos and Cents, kung saan-saan, my busiest time always is January. January, ang dami naming events. Sa halos lahat yan puno. Sometimes we even have to turn people away, to be honest. Because the typical Filipino, tayo, ang attitude natin, bagong taon, January, invest na ako. Okay, fantastic. Tas 5,000 lang. Bigla na lang, ano gagawin natin? Pagdating ng February, Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day to invest. Ano gagawin mo? Pagdating naman ng summer, ngayon, ang init. Grabe. Beach o invest? Next week, Laboracay na, di ba? Papaiwan ka sa barkada mo? Lahat sila pupunta doon, ikaw sa bahay. Yan ang nagpapahirap talaga sa investing. Every year, every month, there is always a good reason not to. Tapos ng summer, school expenses, tapos pag August naman, oops, wala na naman silang naririnig, na-mute daw. Na-mute daw. Ayan. Sila naman nakakarinig. Okay. There we go. Okay. So, okay. After nung summer, nandyan na, summer, wala na naman. Tapos, syempre, pagbayad sa eskwela, August, pwede sana. Kaso, according to our Chinese countrymen, ghost month, malas. Tapos naman nun, pagdating ng September, October, ayan, bayad na naman sa eskwela, second semester, November, Christmas shopping, December, I barely do any events in December. I barely give any talks kahit sa COL because in December, no one wants to listen anymore. Pasko na eh. January na ulit pag-iisipan. So pag ganun palagi attitude natin, we are not really able to build wealth consistently. We only invest when we feel like it. Because many of us still believe that investing is a choice between good and bad. Na pag i-invest, para mag-invest ako, I will give up something bad. Na parang, sige, good investing, bad something else. Hindi naman talaga ganun eh. If that is how you think about it, you really will not be able to sustain it. Because investing, at the end of the day, is a choice between something that is good versus something that is only potentially better. Especially the Philippine Stock Exchange. Kasi what am I asking you to give up? Pag-gimmick. Pagpunta sa beach, masama ba pumunta? Hindi. Hindi nga. Kailan ka pumunta ng Boracay pag 80 ka na? Siyempre, hindi rin. We only live once. We have to enjoy life as well. Tama din lahat yan. That's why it's such a difficult choice. You are giving up something good, something you like, for the potential of something better. Because in the Philippine Stock Exchange, walang guarantee. Absolutely none. As a licensed broker, I cannot guarantee you that you will make money. Kasi hindi totoo yun eh. There is always, kahit anong strategy pa gawin natin, kahit ano pa yan, there is always a risk of loss. And potentially, massive loss. Kaya ang hirap i-sustain. Kasi ang investing, lalo na sa Philippine Stock Exchange, hindi yan one time, big time. Hindi yan dapat ganon. It has to be done consistently over time. You can think of it as a lifestyle choice. Like choosing to eat healthy. Okay? Hindi naman pag gusto mo pumayat, one day ka lang mag-diet, payat ka na. No, you have to do it consistently. And that's how we want you to approach the stock market. It has to be something done consistently, with purpose, with a strategy, for a period of time. Hindi yung pabugso-bugso lang, hindi yung pag-feel lang natin. Okay? So, ano ngayon yung dahilan for a person to give up these nice things? What will convince you to give up something that you enjoy? Ano ba yung potentially better na pinag-uusapan natin? Well, yan. Historically, this is what the stock market has done for the past 5 to 10 years. About 15 to 19% a year. Yan ang nangyari sa stock market. Hindi yan guarantee kung ano mangyayari in the future. I have absolutely no idea, as in zero idea, what will happen in the future. I don't. Okay. This is what happened. And this is what we in the stock market shoot for. Yan yung hinahabol namin. At pag tinatamaan namin yan, masaya na kami. Kasi dito sa Pilipinas, sa totoo lang, ano ba alternative mo? Diba? Siyempre, pwede ka magtayo ng negosyo. Pero ibang usapan nga ito eh. This is something that you can do alongside your business. passive. Diba? And this is what we shoot for. This is the reason why I will be willing to give up things that I like, things that I enjoy, things that are good. Okay, yan ang hinahabol ko. Do I always hit it? No. And the big difference between the 5 and 10 year, kaya ang baba nung 10 year relative to the 5, kasi dun sa 10 year, kasama yung 2008, nung nalaglag yung stock market ng 40%. Tandaan nyo yun, 40% in 1 year. Kung may 10,000 ka noong January, pagdating nung December, 6,000 na lang ang hawak mo. At hindi mo alam malamang kung paano yan babalik or if ever babalik pa yan. That was the first time that happened. In the mid-90s, I was also there. Asian financial crisis, nandun din ako. Nangyari ulit yan. That means in the future, it will likely happen again. When? I don't know. No one really does. But we have to be prepared for it. And to me, parang ganito lang yan eh. Nakakatakot ba malugi? Oo. In the same way na nakakatakot naman sumakay ng kotse, sa totoo lang eh. Pero unless sobrang kang takot na never ka nasasakay, ikaw din naman mahihirapan in the long run. Same thing here. Will it be scary? Yes. Is there a potential for a massive accident that can wipe out? Yes. But unless you are happy with making less than 0.5% a year for your money for the rest of your life, then you have to at least consider the stock market. Mag-isipan mo lang. Ngayon, kung ayaw mo talaga, then okay. But at least understand na in the Philippines, yung talagang mayaman, seryoso, nandito. Tignan niyo yung top 10 list. Makita niyo naman yun, I'm sure. I mean, it's on social media. It's everywhere. Top 10 list of all the richest Filipinos. Lahat sila nandito. Hindi aksidente yun. Okay? These people who are so good at making money, nandito lahat. Eh bakit? Kasi nga, dito sa Pilipinas, yung pera talaga, dito pumapasok din. It's no accident naman talaga eh. Why is Henry C. here? Why are the Ayalas here? Lucio Tan, Kokongwei, lahat yun, nandito. Kasi yan ang hinahabol nila. And for those people, masayang-masaya na sila dyan. That's why we also have to start adopting that mindset. They're not here for just 1 year, 2 year, 3 years. They've been here and they plan to be here for decades. Dekadang pinag-uusapan. Kaya ganun din tayo dapat. So, syempre, nakita na natin, o sige, yan yung tipong gustong mangyari, yan yung target. Eh, paano ba yan nakakamit? How do people approach the stock market? There are lots of ways. And to be honest, di ba, nabanggit ko kanina, some people view the stock market na parang casino. Totoo yun. Hagis ka pera, minsan panalo, minsan talo. But sa COL, the way we teach it is that we want people to view the stock market as becoming partners with successful business people. Makikisosyo tayo. Kasi kung makikisosyo ka sa isang negosyo, pag kumita yan, dahil maganda yung produkto o serbisyo, tumataas yung stock price. That's what we call price appreciation. Pag pumangit naman yung produkto o serbisyo, nalalaglag yung stock price. That's price depreciation. Tapos baka, kung kumita talaga yung negosyo mo, baka makakuha ka pa ng cash dividend. Garantisado ba yan? Hindi. Kasi una nga dapat kumita muna yung kumpanya mo eh. Eh paano kung hindi kumita yung kumpanya? O wala tayong dividendo yung pag-uusapan. Because again, the mentality we would like to encourage is do you approach it as being part of a business. Kasosyo ka, maliit man, kasosyo pa rin. Halimbawa na lang, kung bumili ka ng shares ng PLDT nung simula nung taon, this year, at hawak mo pa siya hanggang ngayon, kumita na yung pera mo, nakatanggap ka na ng cash. Kasya, na kulang-kulang siguro mga 3% or so nung ininvest mo sa PLDT nung January. 3%. O ngayon sabihin mo, 3% ang liit lang. Totoo, maliit lang. Kaso nga, kung saan mo nilagay ba yung pera niyan? Sa bangko. O, ano na pala mo ngayon? Yun lang nga, sa bangko kasi garantisado. Garantisado yung 0.2%, 0.5%, may even 1%, garantisado yun. Dito hindi. Pero isipin mo, 3 times na or more than, in some cases, 10 times. Kasi kung 0.2 lang tatanggapin sana ng pera, may 3% na hawak mo ngayon eh. And historically, kung pinag-aralan natin ang PLDT, twice a year yan nagbibigay ng cash dividend, twice. So sabihin mo ng kalahati na lang yung ibigay nila later on this year. Minsan kasi, mas malaki, minsan mas mababa, sabihin mo lang kalahati. O di naka 4.5% ka this year, hawak mo pa yung pera. Kumita yung pera mo ng 4.5% versus 0.2% sa nakagisnan natin. So, syempre, yung tanong, paano ba nangyayari yun? Paano ba kumikita PLDT? Di ba, tumatawag tayo, nagte-text, nagsusurf, nagda-download. Saan naman kumikita PLDT eh? So, kung sa tingin nyo, tutuloy yan, na sa hinaharap na taon, tutuloy pa rin ang mga Pilipinong gumamit ng cellphone, tumawag, mag-surf, mag-download, at kung ano-ano pa, di malamang kikita pa rin ang PLDT. At pag kumita pa rin yan, di yung mga may-ari niyan, makikinabang. So, ang tanong, ba't hindi ka maging may-ari? Diba? Ganun yung mentality na gusto namin. Kaya tuloy, pagdating natin dito sa part na paano ba pumili ng magandang stock, ang unang-unang sinasabi namin, actually 2 parts yan eh. 1, tignan mo yung mga kumpanyang alam mo, at iwasan mo yung mga kumpanyang wala kang alam. Kasi dun sa halagang pinag-uusapan natin, kasi 5,000 or 10,000 lang naman talaga pinag-uusapan natin eh. Wala naman talaga milyon-milyon na ipapasok agad. Hindi dapat ganon. Ilang kumpanya ba talaga mabibili mo? Diba? Sa totoo lang, dun pa lang sa kumpanya na alam mo na yung produkto, yung serbisyo, ginagamit mo at nagagandahan ka dahil ginagamit mo, kulang na yung pera nating pang-invest. Kukulangin na yan. Sample. Bangko nyo. Kung depositor kayo ng BPI, BDO at Metrobank, ba't hindi kayo maging shareholder na din? Diba? Bakit nandun pera niya? Nandyan lang yan kasi on some level, dapat may tiwala kayo. Sabihin natin BDO. May account ka sa BDO. Dapat may tiwala ka sa BDO. Dapat naniniwala ka na next year, hindi yan magsasara. Ngayon, kung nasasayahan ka doon, ba't hindi ka na rin maging may-ari kahit maliit lang na may-ari? Kasi ano ba ginagamit ng BDO para kumita? Di ba pera mo? O di makisama ka na rin sa pagkitang yon. Maliit lang naman eh. So pagkatapos nun, o pag ayaw mo na, pangit ng servisyo, hindi ka makasaya, ulit tanggalin mo pera, benta mo shares, malipat ka sa BPI, tawid ka lang, malamang may BPI o Metrobank dyan. O di ganun din lang gagawin natin. Bangko mo, telepono mo, Globe ka ba? Smart, PLDT, ano ba ginagamit mo? Kapatid, kapuso, kapamilya, sino ba pinapanood nyo sa bahay? Diba? Basta kung maganda kasi ang produkto o serbisyo, chances are tumataas stock price. At alam mo yan pag ikaw mismo yung gumagamit. Historically, tignan mo yung behavior din natin at tignan mo yung nangyayari. Di ba 10 years ago or 15 years ago, lahat tayo hawak Nokia. Nokia, hawak nating lahat. And back then, ang taas ng stock price ng Nokia. O ngayon, ilan sa inyo talaga may hawak pa rin ng Nokia? Nokia pa rin ba gusto nyo? O gusto nyo Apple o Samsung? Ngayon, dahil ang karamihan ngayon ay mas masaya sa Samsung o Apple, ang stock price ng Samsung at Apple tumaas, stock price naman ng Nokia, nalaglag. Ganun din lang minsan kasimple market. Kung maganda negosyo, tumataas ang stock price, pangit negosyo, bumababa. At bilang consumer ng mga produkto at serbisyo na yan, we are actually in a very good position to determine what is a good investment. Okay? Of course, yung other side ng argument, huwag kang bumili pag wala kang alam. Di ba sa pesos and cents, sabi palagi, aral muna bago invest. Ganun talaga dapat. So kung wala kang alam dun sa negosyo, huwag mong pasukan. Kasi pag pasok ka ng pasok dyan, hindi mo naiintindihan, malamang maiipit ka, malamang malulugi ka. O halimbawa na lang, 2011, lumilipad ang mining companies. Ang dami pumapasok mining companies. Ang bilis kumita daw, ang dali kumita, ang bilis. O, ano nangyari? 2012, laglag lahat. Bakit? Nagbago yung, actually hindi may bago, may batas na hindi nagbago. So nagkandalaglagan. So hanggang ngayon, ang dami ipit, hindi alam kung ano gagawin, hindi alam kung ano nangyari, hindi maintindihan kung ano nangyari. Bakit? Hindi naiintindihan yung negosyo. Hindi nila alam kung yung nabili nilang mining company, maganda ba ito o hindi. Kasi nga, pasok ng pasok, hindi naman naiintindihan. Dun pa lang nga sa kumpanya na alam nyo na ginagamit ang serbisyo, kulang na pera. So from there, I know it's a nice story, it's a nice system, but we have to be more systematic. So we do what we call a top-down review. Tanungin mo muna talaga, sa inyo, do you really believe na ang ekonomiya ng Pilipinas ay umaasenso? You have to take a stand. You can say yes, you can say no, but please do not say, it depends. Huwag ganon. Kasi, is the economy growing? Well, it depends. Okay, so what industry seems attractive? Well, it depends. So, sino magaling sa industry niyan? Well, it depends. So ano nagawa mo? May nagawa ka ba? O it depends din tayo. Hindi dapat ganon. Is the economy growing? Sabihin natin oo. For argument's sake lang. Sabihin natin oo. Okay. If an economy is growing, that means people have more money to spend, especially in the Philippine economy. We have more money to spend. So, if you have more money to spend, where do you go? You really do not invest it because the numbers tell me that people are not investing really. Ang baba ng participation sa stocks, ang baba ng participation sa mutual funds, sa UITF, sa insurance. So, we are not investing. So, what are we doing with the money? We're spending it. Okay, so, pag gumagastos ang tao, ano magandang negosyo? Siyempre, dito sa Pilipinas, mall. Di ba? Sa mall mo naman gagastusin yan eh. Mall. Sino may pinakamagandang mall sa Pilipinas? Dalawa lang talaga yung pagpipilian mo. Either Ayala Mall or SM Mall. Kanino ka? O din, nasimplihan buhay natin. Instead of looking at 300 plus companies, you have sort of distilled it down to 2 potential candidates. Wala ka pa rin final winner. Pero at least, manageable na yung numero. From 300 plus, 2 na lang yung titignan natin. So, paano naman pag pangit economy? Well, check it out. Pangit economy. It's not growing. So, when the economy is not growing, ano gagawin ng tao? So, again, you ask yourself, pag tight ang pera ko, ano gagawin ko? We tend to prioritize household bills. Okay. Kung household bill, ano uunahin yung bayaran na household bill? What do you think? Kuryente? Actually, no. Kung unahin natin mga Pilipino, tubig. Tubig muna. Kasi pwede naman talaga tayo mabuhay na walang kuryente, pero hindi pwede tubig. So ngayon, kung alam mo na kahit hindi maganda economy, babayaran pa rin ng Pilipino na dumadami ang tubig, then maybe a company that supplies clean water to a growing population can be a potential investment in that environment. So again, from 300 plus companies, you are distilling it down to maybe a handful na lang. Diba? Ganun lang talaga approach natin. And you stick with things that are familiar. Kung wala kang talaga alam dun sa industry, wag. Kasi like I said, sige, sa pang example, magandang negosyo, pagkain. Tayo mga Pilipino, hilig natin kumain eh. So, ano ba magandang kainan sa Pilipinas? Diba? Siyempre, sasabihin natin, Jollibee. Mahal ang Jollibee eh. Totoo, mahal ang Jollibee. Pero isipin nyo, kung maganda ang negosyo nyo, kung meron kayong negosyong maganda, bebenta nyo ba yan ng mura o mahal? Ang gagawin nyo? Diba? 2012, mahal ang Jollibee. Mahal. Bibilin mo, hindi, mahal eh. Gusto ko mura. Okay, sige. 2015, by the way, 2012, magkano Jollibee? Siguro mga 100 piso. 100 piso pa lang yan dati, pero mahal na siya ngayon. O ngayon, 200 plus na siya. Mas lalong nagmahal. So, ayaw mo pa rin bilhin kasi kasi yung maganda yung negosyo eh. Di ba? That is really a sign of good businesses. Kasi tignan mo din nangyari. Dati, ang Jollibee, nang nagsisimula siya a long time ago, ice cream yan. Tapos naging burger. Tapos kung ano na. Kaya tuloy ngayon, sige, it's a joke in a sense, but think about it. Monday, magja-Jollibee ka. Tuesday, nag-Chowking ka. Wednesday, nag-Greenwich ka. Thursday, Red Ribbon ka. Friday, Mang-Inasal ka. Weekend, Burger King ka. O di 6 na beses ka lumabas, 6 na beses kang gumastos, ang pera mo pumunta lang talaga sa Jollibee. Diba? Now, does that mean that will continue in the future? I don't know. I really don't. But I do know that right now, every time I see a Jollibee, everywhere I go, maraming tao. At ang typical na Filipino na bata, gusto Jollibee. So sa tingin ko, malakas pa rin yung negosyo. Naintindihan ko yung negosyo. Kaya nga last year, di ba naubusan niya ng manok? Diba? Yung sinasabi lang chicken sad, naubusan sila ng manok. Nalaglag ba talaga yung stock price? Konti. Tumaob ba yung negosyo? Hindi. Nag-recover naman. Kasi nga maganda na, matatag na. And at the end of the day, you will pay for quality. Kasi maganda eh. Kasi ang isang bagay na talagang maganda, hindi yan nagiging mumurahin for long. Because people will begin to realize the value. Then they will start buying it and start driving the price up. That's why we have to find good businesses for the long run that are built to succeed for the long run. And while this system is good, again, we have to level up. And that is where COL will again provide you with the information. Okay? Unang-una, ask ourselves, okay, paano ba kumikita yan? Doon sa mga reports namin, we tell you that. Oh, this is like, let's say, how this company makes money. This is how much we expect them to make. This is where we expect them to grow or not grow. Because a company's ability to make money is what we are buying. Kaya mo naman maging shareholder o may-ari niya kasi yung ability nilang kumita. So pag ganun ang usapan, alam mo na kung paano yung kumita, you can now judge if the price you are paying is reasonable, cheap, or expensive. So you can make a judgment. Kasi pag hindi mo alam kung ano binibili mo, paano mo alam kung ano mura, ano mahal, ano reasonable? Sample na lang. 10 million pesos for a car. Mura, mahal. Siyempre sabihin, 10 million. Wow, sobrang mahal naman yan. Unless luxury car yan. Unless Ferrari yan. Unless Rolls Royce yan. In which case, 10 million pesos is not unheard of. Marami yan, lampas pang 10 million eh. Kasi nga, alam mo yung binibili mo. Sa mga kababaihan naman, bakit may handbag na kalahating milyon o 1 milyong piso? Ano napapala doon? Diba? Bag din naman lang yan, di ba? Eh bakit yung iba, 500,000 pesos, ang daming bumibili? May pinagkaiba ba yun talaga in terms of carrying capacity or anong binabayaran? But again, if you know what it is, if you know the brand, if you know whatever it is, you are willing to pay a certain price. Ultimo yung damit na suot natin ngayon. Kung presyo lang talaga ang sasabihin natin, titignan natin, dapat tayo lang ngayon lahat suot ukay-ukay. Kasi namura eh. Pero hindi. May bibili ng signature, may bibili ng discounted, may kanya-kanya pa rin yan because at the end of the day, nandun, you make a judgment. And once you've made that judgment and once you have that idea, then when there is a good story, when there is a good development or something upcoming, you are better positioned. You are better positioned. Now, sample. Like I said, I'm a broker. I manage money for my clients. I buy for them using this. Ganyan yung sistema namin. We look at companies that grow earnings. We look at companies that sort of give good valuations. And then if there are good stories. If you look at COL's recommendations over the years, or just yung pinaka-recent na lang, our biggest, sabihin na natin, yung biggest hit namin has been DNL. Diba? Last year, magkano lang DNL? Diba? There was a time, 6 pesos lang yan. O ngayon, 20 na. And yun nga, I remember, nung una namin sinabing bilhin niya, nasa 7 pesos, nalaglag pa yan ng 6. Tapos parang, oy, mali, sablay na naman ng COL. Eh, sumasablay din naman kami. All you have to do is look at ano ba yung recent, yung Cebu Pacific dati. Pinabili namin 110, pinakat loss din namin yan. Because again, the ability and the valuations and the stories, when they don't make sense, papabenta din yan. Kaya nga tayo, dapat matuto rin kumilatis. And then of course, to make that final decision, we have to have numbers. Ayan. Okay, this is a sample, of course, of our investment guide. Okay, you can take a look at it. Of course, we know it's confusing for someone who is beginning. That's why we also teach it. Okay? But for people who are really starting out, who really do not want to go in-depth into this, what bibigyan na namin kayo na recommendation. So how do you make sense? So price, and yung latest market price, fair value, yan yung sa tingin namin magiging value niya for about a year. It's about a 1-year time frame. Iba yan sa EIP, ah. Ibang usapan EIP, mamaya muna yon. This is muna, okay, kung bibili ako ngayon, what can I reasonably expect it to do for the next year, year and a half? Yan yung fair value natin. And then yung buy below, that is when you stop buying. Yun lang naman yun eh. Pag malapit na sa buy below, okay, huwag ka na yung bumili. Diba? At lalo na pag malapit na sa fair value, huwag na rin bumili. In fact, pag malapit na sa fair value o lampas na sa fair value, baka dapat nang ibenta. Ngayon, again, hindi kami 100% na tama dito. May mga stocks nga ngayon na ang current price mas mataas pa sa fair value namin. Ganun talaga. Okay? Like I said, we're not infallible. But if you believe in what we do, and in the fact that over the years, we have been consistently right more often than we have been wrong. So, nandyan yan. For all of our account holders, if you just want a nice, easy way to understand what to buy, what to sell, ayan na yon. Okay? Now, can you also do it on a technical basis? Yes. But I would much rather prefer you use fundamentals since nandyan kayo sa ibang bansa at hindi nyo talaga ito kayang tutukan 9:30 to 12, 1:30 to 3:30. Okay? So, let's go to the third part. Okay? Anong method ba gagawin natin? Most people want to do trading. Yan yung sexy eh. Yung nakikita natin sa Hollywood, yung tipong Wolf of Wall Street, o yung even more classic Wall Street mismo. Yan yung ginagawa, trading. Ang bilis ng pera, parang andali. We at COL, ang ine-espouse namin is peso cost averaging. Totally different approach. Because we believe that while both of them are valid, they're both valid, they both can work. We believe that for someone who is starting out, who doesn't have a lot of experience yet, who doesn't have a lot of knowledge yet, doing peso cost averaging minimizes your risks. Okay? It will not necessarily make you more money than trading. Trading can definitely make you more money than peso cost averaging. It can, but it doesn't mean it always will. And if you're starting out, we just believe it is better to start with peso cost averaging. So why do we believe that? Well, to get to that point, let's first examine yung mga trading systems, the popular ones. And you start with, my personal preference, yung fundamental analysis, value investing, wherein you really look at prices, you buy when they're cheap, you sell, yung tipong ganon. And over the years, I've done both trading and I've done both technical and fundamental. Now, at this stage, I actually prefer fundamental because it allows me to sleep better at night. Okay? I have a larger margin of error. But it's difficult, it's more difficult. Personally, I find it more difficult because I have to read more numbers if I'm doing fundamental analysis. Mas maraming binabasa eh. I have to read financial statements. I have to read financial analysis. It's more time-consuming in a way. I have to read more. And I don't really mind reading, but I know that for a lot of people, that can become an issue. My advantage is I stay home most of the time. For people who are going to and from work, kailan ka pa magbabasa? Siyempre, sa opisina, malabo. Pag uwi mo, pagod ka na. Gigising ka, maaga. Kaya mahirap din talaga to i-sustain. Tapos pag may lumabas na information, dapat i-process mo din talaga ng mabilis so that you can actually act on the latest information. Hindi yung nahuhuli. Okay? That's why this is my preference. And if you're going to do trading, this is what I would sort of encourage you to look at. But admittedly, I know this looks more exciting. I know, it is. I mean, you look at a chart like this, you look at these lines, and then somehow you make a judgment to buy, sell, hold. It's very exciting. Simply because doing this, honestly, you can make up to 50% in one day. Think about that. 50%. And for most of my life, one day meant 2.5 hours from 9:30 to 12 o'clock. Kasi 2012 lang naman talaga nagkaroon ng seryosong whole day trading eh. Diba? They experimented with it before that, but it was really only 2012 na talaga 9:30 to 12, 1:30 to 3:30, hanggang ngayon ganun pa din. So yun ang nagpapahirap dito. Now, in other markets, this is easier to do because you can put automated cut losses. Meaning, pag nalaglag na yung presyo to a certain level, the computer will sell for you to minimize your loss to, let's say, 10%. So that whatever happens, hanggang 10% lang ang loss mo. Because the flip side of the 50% up is that you can also lose potentially 50% in a day. That's not fun. I've had that happen to me several times also. It happens. Kasi minsan ang bilis na lang ng laglag eh. Ngayon, kung yung tao na nandun sa market, minsan naiipit pa sa ganon, paano na tayo na may trabaho, may negosyo na dapat tinututukan talaga? Tapos makikipagsabayan tayo sa mga tao na kayang tumutok dito all of the time. Mahirap yon. Kaya ang daming naiipit dito eh. I mean, siguro naman sa ating lahat narinig na natin yung sinasabing Dow theory. Diba? DAW. Diba sinabi, bilhin mo itong kumpanya ito. Bakit? Maganda daw yan. Dodoble daw yan. Basta. delikado yun unless naiintindihan mo kung ano yung dahilan. Kasi pag tumaas, bebenta mo na? Hindi. Bakit? Tataas pa daw yan. Pag nalaglag naman yan, ayaw mo din bitawan. Ayaw mong malugi. At doon talaga maraming naiipit. Kasi pag nalaglag yan, I'm sure narinig nyo na to. Kaya pagpakyat, sige, technical, lakas. Pag nalaglag naman yan, biglang sasabihin, okay lang, long-term investor naman ako. Hindi dapat ganon. Pag ginagamit mo ang sistemang ito, pag talo ka na, pag tinamaan na yung cut loss mo, takbo. Take the loss. Parte yan ng sistema. Hindi lahat ng gumagawa nito, palaging panalo. Para tumagal ka, kung gagawin mo to, dapat marunong kang tumakbo. At paano ka tatakbo kung wala ka dito? Diba? O sa meeting ka, pwede talaga, lumabas ka lang. May meeting ka, may kliyente ka, may kausap ka. Matatawa kayo. Nag-CR ka lang. Pagbalik mo, lugi ka na. Ano gagawin mo pag ganon? Biglang sasabihin mo, long-term investor ka. Ano basihan mo para maging long-term investor? Dito sa technicals, hindi mo nga tinitignan yung fundamentals eh. Pag sinabi nitong benta ka na, pag na-break na yung mga trend line o kung ano man yung theory na sinusundan mo, dapat nagbebenta tayo. Diba? Kaya delikado din to, lalo na kung may trabaho o negosyo tayong dapat tinututukan. Doon talaga tayo tumutok. Yung stock market, pandagdag. Hindi ito dapat mag-dominate unless gusto mong mag-change career. Kung gano'n ang pinag-uusapan natin, ay ibang usapan tayo, ibang seminar pag-uusapan natin. But we are approaching this for you to add the stock market to what you're already doing, to integrate it, not for the stock market to replace or dominate what you are doing right now. Okay? At dyan kasi papasok itong peso cost averaging that we call the Easy Investment Program. Diba? You take a small amount of money, do it consistently over time. Invest lang tayo. Maliit lang. The trick always is consistency. Consistency is always more important than the amount. Mas okay lang tagay maliit na regular kasi malaki na pabugso-bugso. It will give you a better result. Okay? Bakit? We like peso cost averaging because at the very least, for someone who is starting out, it takes out the emotion. And sinasabi natin emotional cycle of investing. Diba? Kasi syempre pag nagsisimula ka, madali magpadala sa emotion eh. Things happen, things develop, and sometimes we don't know how to react. Example na lang, nung 2013, ito maraming naging experience, 2013, first time that the PSE index went over 7,000 and then we hit 7,400. Yun yung high natin noon. Bibili tayo? Hindi. Bakit? Mahal eh. Mataas. Tama. Using fundamental analysis, mahal nga. Mataas valuations. Tama, huwag ka bumili. A few months later, because of quantitative easing and all of these other international issues, nalaglag ang index natin. 5,800 na lang. O bibili ka, mura na, nalaglag na eh. Hindi pa din. Bakit? Biglang technicals naman. Kasi bear market na eh. Because downtrend na. Because ganito. Tama din naman yon. Tama naman, nalaglag na eh. Nagkandalaglagan na eh. So ano gagawin natin? Hintay tayo, baka malaglag pa yan. Baka mag 5,000. Bibili ko pag 5,000. Hindi nag 5,000. From 5,800, umakyat naman ng 6,900. O 6,900 na index. Ang gagawin natin? Sayang, mahal na eh. Hintayin ko malaglag. Okay. Nalaglag ulit, nag 6,000. Bibili ka? Hindi, nalaglag eh. Downtrend na naman tayo. Hintay na naman tayo. Magpa 5,500 yan o 5,000 doon ako bibili. Okay, hindi ka na naman bumili. After that, bumalik tayo. Di ba nag 8,100 tayo a few weeks ago? O ngayon, bibili ka? Hindi eh. Bakit? 8,100 na, mahal na naman eh. O nalaglag, nag 7,800. Bibili ka? Hindi eh. Nalalaglag na naman eh. Baka malaglag pa eh. So, lampas 2 taon na, mahalos magtatandong taon na siguro. May nagawa ba tayo? Wala eh. Laging may ganito, may ganun eh. Yun yung mahirap talaga sa pag-invest. There will always be a good reason not to do it. That's why you have to find an even better reason to actually do it. Kung nag-invest ka na lang nung 7,400, malas mo. Tawag nga namin, natuktukan ka. O, bumili ka sa tuktok. Nung nalaglag naman ng 5,800, using the same amount of money, buying the same company, you will end up with more shares. Thereby, bumababa average cost mo. Nung umakyat ulit, bumili ka. Nung nalaglag, bili ka ulit. Okay. You just do it consistently. You will never really be able to buy at the bottom or sell at the top or whatever. But the point is, you just do it consistently. So, of course, does it actually work? Does this entire thing actually work? Well, yeah. Here are all the COL recommendations ever since we made them for EIP. EIP lang to iba pa to dun sa ano, but this is yung sa EIP nga. Assuming you had placed 5,000 pesos in each of these companies on the day we recommended that people start with them. Yan ang kinikita nila ngayon. As of end of 2014, which means by today, mas mataas pa dyan kinikita nila kasi tumaas pa yung market since then. That is what happened. Notice, walang negative sa annualized return. Positive lahat. Ganda, no? But I will be the first one to tell you, when we started this, and especially in 2009, lahat yan negative. Lahat. No exception. And it wasn't negative by small amounts. It was negative by massive amounts. Ayala Land. Ayan. Una na, yung pinakamataas. Ayala Land. When we started this in August 2008, when we told people, buy Ayala Land, EIP nyo yan, simulan nyo yan, it was around 10 pesos a share. 10 pesos. Ayan, so parang okay, Ayala Land, sige, bili ko 10 pesos. February 2009, you can check dun sa records. Mga 5 piso na lang yan. You lost 50% in a few months. From 10 pesos, 5 pesos na lang, and here we are, here's COL coming around telling you, pare, invest ka pa. Di ba parang mali, lugi na nga ako ng 50%, mag-i-invest pa ako, magpapasok pa ako ulit ng pera? We agree, it sounds crazy. But if you believe in the business, if you believe the company is well run, and that in the future, since it's run by competent people, it will recover, yan ang long-term investing, di ba? 2009, 5 piso lang yan. 2015 na tayo ngayon. Kumuha 40 pesos na yan. 40. Sipin nyo yun? From 5 to 40. So ano naman nangyayari? Nung 5 pesos, ayaw natin bilhin kasi nalaglag. Ngayong 40 pesos, ayaw din natin bilhin kasi umakyat, mahal. O di kailan ka bibili? Nakakatakot bang bumili? Hindi ba mahal? Ngayong 40 pesos, mahal talaga yan. Ayala Land has always been among the most expensive stocks for its class. Eh maganda yung negosyo, di ba? Consistently over time, kumikita. Hindi palagi, pero kumikita naman ng maayos most of the time. Kaya tuloy yung may-ari, umaasenso. Ganun yung mentality na gusto namin. Kaya nga sinasabi namin, pag tayo papasok dito sa EIP, ang mentality natin, at least 2 to 3 years natin gagawin to. Ngayon, unang-una, hindi ito obligasyon. You are never obligated to actually buy. There is no obligation whatsoever. There is also no holding period. It is your legal right to sell anything 1 second after you've bought it as long as there is a buyer. Kaya mahirap din to gawin Because there is always that question na imbis na hayaan ko dyan, gastusin ko na lang, mag-enjoy na lang ako. Tama din naman yun sa totoo lang. Pera nyo yan. Kayo nagtrabaho. Kayo dapat din mag-enjoy. Okay? But all we're saying is that with these companies, over time, we at least have shown that if you stick with the strategy, it works. Pero ngayon, dahil ang taas na nga ng market natin, humanda na tayo na at some point, malalaglag din yan. When? Hindi ko alam. But this strategy at least still gives you the chance to make money kahit malaglag yung market. Provided, itutuloy mo yung strategy. Pero pag nalaglag yan, natakot ka at huminto, ay talagang wala nang mangyari sa atin. Kaya talagang kailangan magtitiwala tayo dun sa kumpanyang pipiliin natin. So ngayon, syempre, ang question ano pipiliin ko dyan? Daming choices So, Ayala Land, PLDT, Jollibee, andyan din, Universal Robina, ano bibilin natin? Diba? Decision natin yan. Has to be your personal choice. It has to be a company that you believe knows how to make money both now and in the future. So how do you make that choice? Sa akin, ang gusto ko nga is actually dalawa pagpilian natin I would really suggest you consider either Ayala Corporation or SM. Yun na, SM, hindi SM Prime, SM. AC and SM. Yun ang, in a sense, for me, for someone who is starting out, who doesn't have a lot of experience, those to me would be the safest choices. Why? First of all, both of those businesses, they are what we call holding companies. Ang negosyo nila, bumili ng ibang negosyo. Actually, Ayala Corporation really doesn't sell anything technically. What it does is it creates or buys ownerships of other businesses. Kasi pag bumili ka ng Ayala Corporation, in some way, on some level, may-ari ka na rin ng BPI, so may bangko ka, may Manila Water ka, tubig, may Ayala Land ka, na real estate, at syempre, may Globe ka din na telepono. So, ang dami mo ng negosyo in one. In a sense, diversified ka na. So, hindi mo na kailangan pa mag-isip kung paano. The same thing can be said for SM. SM, may Banco de Oro at China Bank ka, so may bangko ka din. May SM Prime ka na lupa. May Atlas Mining ka na mining. So, again, you have multiple businesses in one. And at the end of the day, di ba next year may election tayo for president. Diba? And syempre, when there is a new administration, nagbabago ang economy because you don't know what the economic policies are of this new president. So, sabihin natin, do you think the Ayalas know how to negotiate with Malacanang, regardless of who is there? Given their history, ilang presidente na yung napagdaanan nila, na kumita pa rin sila. Marami na eh. The same thing for SM. Kumita rin sila nung panahon ni Cory, Ramos, kumita pa rin sila, lumaki sila. They found ways to negotiate with whoever was in Malacanang. Do you think that will change in 2016? Do you think they will suddenly lose that ability to do business with whoever is in Malacanang? Now, if you think they will lose the ability, o de sige, wag mong bilhin yon. Bilhin mo yung kumpanya na sa tingin mo, kikita. But if you believe that the Ayala family and the C family will find a way to negotiate with whoever is in Malacanang and find a way to make money during that presidency, then why don't you start buying? Kahit pa konti-konti. Kasi both of these companies naman are doing things right now already to prepare for the future. The Ayala Group, Ayala Land specifically, they bought properties in the south. They're going to create Arco South, another Fort Bonifacio type development. Will they make money? I have no idea. When will they make money? I also don't know. But I know it's not going to be this year. It also won't be next year. Maybe not even the year after that. But I do know that this family will find a way to make money over time, and I want to be there. Okay. Ganun yung approach dito sa EIP. Slow, steady. Kaya ang sinasabi namin, kahit maliit lang, basta consistent. Kahit hindi monthly. My personal advice for people actually is quarterly. Every 3 months. Magtabi ka ng 5,000 every month, but you only buy quarterly. So may 15,000 kang pambili. Bakit? Number 1, better for your cash flow. Kasi sa totoo lang, kahit gusto mo yung 5,000, baka ngayon hindi clear sa'yo kung saan mo kunin yung 5,000 na ipapasok mo dito eh. And by doing it quarterly, mas mamamanage mo yon. Okay? So, the returns naman will still be similar. And again, at least that's for the first year. So again, if you will use the money for any time, if you even believe you will need it within 2 years, please do not put it here. Not here. Pambayad sa bahay, pang tuition, pambayad sa kotse, hindi yan dapat nilalagay dito. Okay? Ito talaga yung extra natin na gusto natin palaguin over time. Okay? So with that, let's now go to the last part, which is, paano ba mag-online trading? The good news is, since nakaka-online na kayo, it will be simple for you because you have the most important requirement, which is a stable internet connection. Yun lang naman talaga eh. We've already have an Apple phone, an Apple app. We already have an Apple app. We are beta testing and will soon be more comfortable with the Android app. So, yun na lang talaga kailangan. Now you can execute on your own. You don't need me, which is the best part. You don't need me. You can do it by yourself wherever you are in the world. Basta nga may internet ka. And with EIP, even if you are a seaman on the middle of the ocean, pwede natin i-automate yung process. Tell our computer what you want to buy. I want to buy SM, 15,000 pesos worth every 3 months. When on the 3rd month, on the 18th day of the 3rd month, I want to buy 15,000 pesos of SM. Provided you actually have money in the account, the computer will execute for you. We will not go over your budget. Kung walang pera, wala kaming gagawin. Wala ring penalty. Okay? Because again, it's purely voluntary. And to top it all off, we'll charge you the lowest legal rate possible. Kita na dun sa baba. Okay. 0.25%, yun ang charge ng COL. That's 0.0025. There are other fees and taxes. All in all, if you will do it yourself, kayo mismo mag-execute, it's 0.295% buying. That means for 100,000 peso transaction, you pay about 295 pesos. Ang minimum cost natin is 20 pesos. Okay? Selling, mas mataas. 0.795% tayo. 0.795. That means 795 pesos for 100,000 peso transaction. And right now, those are all the fees and taxes that are involved. Yun na lang. Wala nang iba. COL na magbabayad sa different bodies, so you don't have to go anywhere and pay those fees and taxes pa. COL will do it for you. Kaya nga simple talaga yung sistema eh. And when you actually want to do it, it's also simple. Okay, you log on to our website, you click on quotes, you enter the stock code that you like. Siyempre, kung nagsisimula ka, hindi mo alam yung stock code, may listahan din naman dyan. You can click the link. And it's very intuitive. Usually, it's the initials of the company. So, pag Ayala Corporation, AC, pag SM, SM, simple lang tayo. And then, lalabas yung mga numerong yan. And again, when you're starting out, it looks very intimidating. It's intimidating, parang ang dami. Lalo na pag live yung market, gumagalaw yan, ang bilis gumalaw niyan. Tuloy, paano, how they make sense? Yung left side natin, yung green, yung left side, yan palagi ang buyers. Yan yung mga gustong bumili. So how do you read it? Price, 36.10. Size, 194. Tapos may 3. This tells me 3 things. First, at 36 pesos and 10 centavos a share under price, 194,800 shares are willing to be bought by 3 people. Nakapila sila 3. Behind them, there's another line at 36 pesos, 100,300 shares, 2 tao naman yon. Behind them, may pila. Pansinin nyo yung price pababa. 36.10, 36, all of that. Because yung nasa tuktok, yan ang highest price that people are willing to pay to buy shares today. Yan yon. So yan yung buying side. Selling side, ganun din. 36.20, yan ang presyong willing naman magbenta. 40,500 shares, yan ang number of shares willing ibenta sa presyong yan ng 8 tao, 8 people. Nakapila din sila. So, pila-pila lang yan eh. Because talaga, yung sistema ng market, parang tiyanggi yan. Dati nga, nung nagsimula ako, sinisigaw namin yung mga yan, sinusulat sa blackboard. Kasi nangyari, parang nagpunta tayo sa tiyanggi na eh. O, pumunta sa tiyanggi, nakakita ng t-shirt. Tinanong mo, ate, magkano? Sinagot ka, 100. Tapos sabi mo, 90 na lang. Tinawaran mo, syempre, ikaw yung buyer, tinawaran mo. Ngayon, kung ikaw hindi ka gumalaw sa 90 at siya hindi siya gumalaw sa 100, eh, paano kayo magkakaroon ng negosyo niya? Ganun ang nangyayari dito. Patigasan. Kasi hanggang hindi ka nagbabago sa 3610, nakaupo ka lang dyan. Maghihintay ka hanggang may mainip na magbenta sa'yo ng 3610. Kung wala at natapos na 330, walang mangyayari. Try again tayo bukas. Selling ganun din. Gusto mo na 3620 o mas mataas mabenta, maghihintay tayo na may bumili. Kung gusto mo na agad mabenta, ayan na, 3610 na, yung pinakamataas na presyo na willing magbayad mga tao. Kasi kung nakapila ka, pwede mong burahin. Walang problema yon, walang charge yon, kahit ilang beses mo gustong gawin yan, pwede, basta open market. Ganon din sa pagbebenta. Basta nakapila, pero pag tinamaan ka na, na-hit ka na, wala nang solian, touch move na, tapos na. Oops, nawala daw po ulit yung audio nila.
Jerry.
Nawala ulit yung audio. Nawala ulit daw yung audio. Okay lang. O, yun na.
Okay na?
Okay lang.
Okay lang? Okay
na.
siya. Okay na.
There we go again. So, ang nangyayari ngayon, kapag ganyan yung market, siyempre mga tao naghihintayan, makikita nyo sa baba yung last 5 trades, yan yung latest na nangyayari. Ngayon, tignan nyo, nung 328, nung 1528 and 09 seconds, yung isang transaction, 10 million pesos yung halaga. 381,000 shares traded at 36 pesos and 10 centavos sa share. 10 million yun, isang transaction lang. Ang bilis gumalaw niyan. Yung napapanood natin sa ANC, nakikita sa internet, yung ticker na tinawag na tumatakbo doon, o isipin nyo, pinapanood nyo yun. Tinitignan nyo to. Malamang nagbabasa pa kayo ng chart o tumitingin pa kayo ng report. Na, sabihin nyo sa akin, kaya nyo pagsabay-sabayin yan, tapos gagawin nyo pa yung trabaho nyo. Mahirap yun. Mandi-distract kayo. Either makakaligtaan nyo to, o makakaligtaan nyo yung trabaho nyo. Hindi dapat ganun nga. Sa EIP, yung computer na namin ang bibili para sa inyo base sa budget at schedule ninyo. Kaya nga, yun ang nire-recommend namin sa mga taong gusto palang magsimula. Ngayon, kung gusto mo talaga maging trader, okay lang yan. Sa totoo lang, mas malaki kita namin pag trader kayo eh. Kasi mas maraming transaction. And what we would suggest is mag-open tayo ng 2 account. Diba? Gumawa ka ng EIP account mo. Tapos kung gusto mong gumawa ng trading account, gumawa ka. Pwede rin yon. Walang problema yon. Which brings me to the last part. How do you actually open a slide? Oops. Yeah. Okay. Fill out the application forms. You can download it. Okay. But you have to send us the original. You have to send us the original. Now, before you send us the original, you can scan it and email it to us so that someone can look at it to make sure that everything is okay. Ngayon, ano ba yung mga requirements? Number 1, ang pinaka non-negotiable, TIN. You will need a TIN. Kahit OFW po tayo, kailangan po natin kumuha ng TIN. Ngayon, kung nabigyan ka na ng TIN dati na nakalimutan mo na, kailangan pong hanapin natin yon. Medyo illegal po humingi ng pangalawang TIN. Bawal yon. Okay? So, paano pag nakalimutan? Makikipag-ugnayan talaga po tayo sa BIR. Punta tayo sa website nila at meron silang mga links doon kung paano gawin yun. Okay, so ano pa requirements? Government issued ID. Ano yan? Passport, PRC ID, driver's license, SSS. Ang punto, issued ng government ng Pilipinas, may picture nyo, may signature nyo, at valid pa. Meaning, pag lumang ID yan na hindi na valid, like driver's license na expired, hindi na pwede yon. Pag passport na expired, hindi na rin pwede yon. Kailangan po valid government-issued ID. Okay? Ngayon, pangatlo, billing statement. Ito yung medyo mahirap talaga, lalo na nga pag abroad tayo. Kasi, anong address pwede? Pwede in some cases gamitin yon, pwede rin yung address dito sa Pilipinas. Ang pinakamaganda, okay, ganito na lang. Kung kaya nyo, pumunta kayo sa seminar sa COL. Pag pumunta tayo sa seminar sa COL, wala na tayong kailangang billing statement. Kailangan na lang TIN government-issued ID. Siyempre, kung hindi natin kaya yon, kailangan po natin talaga ng billing statement. Ngayon, ano pa pwede? Bank statement baka pwede. Meron pang ibang documents na pwede, pero ang pinakamaganda, pag ganyan po ang tanong natin, mag-email po tayo sa helpdesk@colfinancial.com. Tanungin po kung ano pang mga documents na pwede. Ngayon, pagtapos na niya, napadala na lahat yan, natanggap na namin, mabibigyan kayo ng account number, pwede na po natin yung pondohan. Paano? The easiest way would be through BPI, BDO, at Metrobank. You can fund it online through those banks. You can automate the deposit as well. Ngayon, pag wala tayong access doon, wala tayong bank account, ganon, tapos nasa abroad, okay, first, under 18 years old, pwede po ba mag-open? Pwede basta kasama isang magulang. Okay? Pwede po ang below 18 basta kasama isang magulang. Okay? So, hindi pwede po 18 years old na mag-isa. Ngayon, paano kung wala na yung magulang? May pwede ba nakakatandang kapatid? Well, titignan natin. Magtatanong tayo. Because first, yan ba yung legal guardian? Because as far as the law is concerned, legal guardian dapat. Okay? So, ang ideal palagi, magulang, tapos someone below 18. Ano ngayon ang kailangan ng below 18? Birth certificate, actually, pwede na eh. Personally, ang pinakabatang alam ko na naka-open, mga 3-4 months. Ginawan siya ng EIP ng tatay niya kasi hawak ang account ng tatay niya eh. So, 3-4 months, may EIP na siya. Nakuha birth certificate, yun ang pinambukas namin. Pwede po yun, basta magulang, anak. Okay? Ngayon, yung sa pagpopondo, BPI, BDO, Metrobank. TIN ID po, yes po. Yun nga po, kailangan yung TIN eh. Okay? Kailangan yung TIN and plus one thing else. Paano po kapag walang bank account sa Pilipinas? Yun po yung susunod kong sasabihin. Pwede po nating i-remit. Okay? Pwede po tayong magpa-remit through certain remittance agencies like iRemit, mga ganon. Again, you can coordinate with the COL help desk so that they can tell you, depending on which country you're in, kung saan po pwede. Paano po kung estudyante, 20 years old, walang TIN, walang billing statement? Kumuha po tayo ng TIN. Kailangan po talaga yung TIN. Non-negotiable yung TIN. Mahigpit na po talaga yung BIR sa bagay na yan. Medyo mahirap po talaga kumuha ng TIN, pero ganoon na po yung batas ngayon. Kailangan po talaga yan. Yung billing statement, yan pwede pa yung mapag-usapan. Pinakasimple, again, kung kaya nyo pumunta sa seminar sa COL dito sa Ortigas, hindi na natin kailangan yan. Ngayon, ano pa pwede? Mag-iisip tayo. Okay? Totoo po ba na kailangan current ang account? Nagkakaproblema daw pag savings, pag redeem ng money? Depende po kasi yan sa bangko eh. Depende po yan sa bangko. Minsan nakakaroon ng problema. But personally, okay, ako minsan pinapalagay ko din lang sa savings account ko yan eh. Okay? So sometimes it has to do with the bank. Okay? Na how to become a broker, yung ikaw lang mag-handle sa account ng relatives mo. Is this okay? Risky? Kailangan po natin pumasa sa lisensya. You need to pass a licensing exam and you need to be sponsored by a company like COL for you to actually be issued a license. And COL has to renew that sponsorship every year. Kasi kahit po tayo pumasa ng exam, kung wala pong broker na mag-sponsor sa atin, hindi po tayo mabibigyan ng lisensya. Yes, risky po humawak ng pera ng ibang tao. Delikado po yan. Kasi pag nalugi po yan, hahabulin tayo ng mga yan. So, hindi po madali ito. Ngayon, it seems madali kasi paket ng paket ang market eh. Pero pag nalaglagan po tayo, paano niyo papaliwanag dun sa tao na nawala yung pera nila? Ako, ilang beses na ako nalugi. I mean, I've lost money for my clients, for myself, because that is really part of the market. Talagang tinatamaan din po lahat ng nasa market ng ganyan. Pero kung papayag yung tao at pinahawak sa'yo, pwede naman. Basta wag mo i-guarantee nakikita yan na bawal yon. Pwede kang matanggal ang lisensya pag ginawa mo yon. Paano po bang redeem kung walang bank account sa Pinas? Ganito po. You download the form, you fax it to us, and then someone has to come to our office to pick up the check, and that check will be in your name. Okay? Hindi po pwedeng yung nasa pangalan sa ibang tao. Pangalan po ng tao na nasa account. Okay? At hindi yun pwedeng to cash, at hindi na rin po nagdi-deliver ang COL. Kailangan po talaga may pumunta dito. Hindi naman kailangan kayo. You can send them an authorization letter for them to pick it up, and then they can deposit it for you or send you the check. Okay? So, so far those are the questions because that's actually the last slide right now. Does anyone else have any question regarding any of the topics that were discussed? Okay. Is it possible to open a trading account for my 3-year-old son under his name? Yes, you can. You can. Provided kayong dalawa po. Isang magulang, isang bata. You can do whatever you want with the account if you like. But, ito po ang intindihin natin. Pag nag-18 po yung bata, legally po, sa kanya na yan. Okay? So, kung gusto niya hingin yan, hindi po natin, or mahihirapan po tayong tanggihan siya. Because sinabi niyo po, sa kanya yan. Okay? So, pwede, pero yun lang. Pag 18 na siya, pwede niyang hingin yan at mahihirapan po tayong tumanggi. I have one existing account. I'm thinking of opening a separate account for my kids. Yes, that is very much better. Because you cannot have a child below 18 with your account unless it is that child's account. Okay? Hindi pwedeng ka-joint yung bata unless yung account na yun para sa bata. At pag para sa bata yan, again, pag nag-18 na yan, sa kanya na talaga yan legally. Because you're only holding it in trust for the child. Paano nag-open po ng account with COL? How long po ang pag-process? It depends din po kung saan manggagaling. Should we attend seminars first? Well, you've attended this one. So, unless you want to really go into trading, maybe not so much. But of course, you're very, very welcome. As we always say, aral muna tayo. Aral ka muna talaga. Attend as many of our events as you would like. They are free to all COL account holders. May limit po ba? Ilang account ang pwedeng i-open? Wala. You can open as many as you like. However, once you start opening more than 5, 6, or 7, we will start asking questions. Okay? Because normal people do not do that. And in some countries, that is a sign of money laundering. Pero pwede naman, o sige, kung 5 anak mo, 5 separate accounts yan, 1 per child pwede yun. Kasi hindi rin po pwede 2 bata sa isang account. 1 parent, 1 child lang all the time. Then you can have your trading account, then you can have your EIP account, pwede rin lang yun. Huwag lang masyadong marami. Kasi bakit mo naman kailangan ng marami? What would be the point? Diba? Tapos, next question. Pwede po ba ang COL humawak na account mo doing the trading? Yes. That's what I do for COL. But that means 2 things. Number 1, we have to talk about a lot of money. Millions of pesos. Number 2, mataas po talaga yung commission rate because, again, ako gagawa eh. And if you're going to be shouting at me when the market goes down, that's why I tend to charge people a lot for it. Okay, so ideally, tayo po talaga matutong gumawa nito. But yes, COL does that. Am I the only one who does it? No, we have teams of people assigned to do this. And if you're interested, you can send me a message in Facebook and I'll have someone get in touch with you regarding that. Okay, aside from AC and SM, what are your other stock pick? For what purpose? Kasi kung gusto lang natin mabilisan, marami yan. Pero yun nga delikado po yung ganyan kasi hindi ako pipili basta-basta. And I also do not give recommendations blindly to people unless there is a long explanation. Yung AC and SM, we like it because again, it's suitable for EIP. Kung for trading po ang iniisip natin, I will not do that here. Because this is not the venue for that here. I will not just give something blindly without explaining why I am giving that. Walang way para mag-withdraw sa akala na idediretso na sa banko instead of receiving. No, that's actually the best way. Okay, you can. Okay? The best way, the easiest way is to send us the withdrawal form and tell us which bank account to deposit it to. The majority of our clients do it that way. If it's BPI, BDO, or Metrobank especially, we can really automate the process. Tell us the company, tell us the bank account, then we will deposit it in your bank account. Okay? Mas simple yun. Preferred namin yun. And most of our clients do it that way. Paano po kapag namatay yung may-ari ng account? Well, mahabang proseso yan. Papasok tayo sa estate planning. Ngayon, ang stocks po, covered po ito ng estate tax. Okay? Kahit naka-joint account pa po ito, covered pa rin po ito ng estate tax. Please do not play around with the estate tax. Okay? Huwag tayong makipagpatintera sa BIR, lagi kong sinasabi. Magaling yung kalaban. Kaya tuloy, kung gusto nyo, para medyo mas simple, okay, gumawa tayo ng joint or account kung may asawa tayo. Joint or account. Wala nang and or. It's either joint and or joint or account. Kasi unang-una, pag single account yan, tas may namatay nga, kahit may asawa ka, kahit may asawa ka, you can create a single account by yourself. You still declare you are legally married, but you open an account by yourself. If something happens to you, we really cannot talk to your spouse. Kasi unang-una, since that person is not officially our client, how do we know that is your spouse? And number 2, fittingly, how do we know that's your only spouse? Diba? Malay ba namin may iba pang biglang lumabas? Diba? Pag joint account yan na mag-asawa, yes, something happens to one, frozen pa rin po yung account. Hindi po yan pwedeng kunin ng survivor until mabayaran ng estate tax, pero at the very least, pwede namin kausapin yung survivor kasi kliyente namin yan. We will tell them what to do, where to go, all of these things to make the process easier. Okay? So we really said, now, paano kung single ka? Dapat ba may ka-joint? Hindi. Ako sa akin, pag single, wag. Can you create a joint account? Yes. With who? Anyone who is above 18 years old, pwede. Kahit hindi mo kailangan asawa, hindi mo kailangan kamag-anak. Kahit best friends lang kayo, okay lang yan. Walang problema yon. Ang problema kasi, pag nag-away na kayo at gusto nyo nang maghiwalay, dapat pumayag siya na tatanggalin mo siya sa account mo. At kung magkagalit na kayo, at malaki na yung laman ng account na yon, sa tingin mo papayag agad yon? Hindi papayag agad yon. Kaya nga pag single ka, keep it single. Pag nag-asawa ka naman in the future, madali magdagdag. Kailangan lang yung asawa mo na or kung sino man ka-joint mo, mag-fill up ng form, and then, papayag ka. As the original owner, papayag ka na idagdag sila. But remember, pag nag-joint na yan, automatically, on some level, they can claim up to 50% ng laman. Kaya mag-ingat po tayo kung sino ang gagawin nating ka-join. Huwag po nyo basta-bastang gawin yan. Yes, you can be friends today, you can be best friends today. But if in a few years, pag nag-away tayo, yari tayo dyan. Okay? How often do you give seminars in your office? Ako sa COL, I always give it every Thursday at 2 o'clock. It's this exact same one. This is what I do every Thursday at 2 p.m. Minsan, every Tuesday, pag sobrang puno yung Thursday, gagawa kami ng Tuesday. The schedule is on the COL website. Magkakaroon po ba tayo ng Android? Yes, meron na po tayong iOS app. Yung Android po natin nasa beta testing na. And some people are already trying it out. Pero yung iOS meron na po. You can download it through the COL, through your COL account mismo. May link na po doon sa account, doon sa harap. Pag login nyo, kung may iOS device po kayo, pwede. Meron na po akong COL account as a starter. What if I want to upgrade? No, you just need to add cash. From 5, yung next natin, 25. And actually, basta ma-accumulate ka lang ng 25, you'll just have to click a link, ma-upgrade na tayo. Tapos, ang susunod lang po sa 25, 1 million na. So, ganun din po yun. Ngayon, sa 1 million, tell us that you want someone to be assigned to you, and COL will assign someone to you. Kung hindi nyo siya feel, or hindi kayo magkasundo, you can ask for someone else to be reassigned. Because again, we want someone that you will feel comfortable working with. Okay, I have an account with COL already. For a child tenure, do I need to include my particulars in this application as well? Yes, kasi in a sense, you're opening a brand new account. So again, we will need all the information you initially provided. We will once again need another copy of IDs and all of that because we have to keep all of these requirements in each separate file. So each account, pag in-audit po kasi kami every year, tinitignan ng SEC at ng PSE mismo na lahat ng papeles maayos. And it means for every account, dapat nandyan yung signature card, dapat nandyan yung ID, dapat po kompleto lahat. So yes, we will ask for all of them again. Can you explain more about AdLot from recent stock right offering ng Metrobank? AdLot kasi butal po yan. So that means you will have to sell it on what we call the AdLot board. Pag tinignan nyo po yung order ng COL, meron po doon AdLot. Yan po yung mga butal. You will have to sell it normally at a lower than market price and you end up paying a higher commission rate kasi nga butal yan eh. That's why I really don't like stock rights offerings and stock dividends because it tends to leave small shareholders with odd lots that are very hard to sell, and when you're able to sell them, usually lugi ka sa presyo compared to full market value. May possibility po ba na mag-improve ang COL platform, magsiset ng automatic sell pag mag-reach target price o cut loss price? Yung target price pataas, pwede. Kaya na yan eh. GTC sell order lang yan. Pwede yon. Buying price na mababa, pwede rin yon. Pero yung cut loss price na sell, wala pa po. Why? PSE po ang may control nun. They say in the future, baka gawin na yan, we will see. But as of right now, wala pa po tayong ganon. What is the most convenient way to fund the account for OFW, bank or remittance center in terms of fees and accessibility? Depende po kung saan bansa yan eh. Some remittance, depende din po kasi dun sa singil ng remittance company. That's why you have to tell us where you're coming from, and someone in COL will reply to you because in some cases, we've already reached arrangements para mas maliit na lang yung binabayad ng mga clients namin. Now, in general, pag sa bangko dito sa Pilipinas, magdi-deposit, walang charge po yan, in general. Pag other banks yan, depende na po yan sa kanila. Some of them charge higher than others. Depende din po kasi sa currency at kung ano-ano ka. Kailan po mag-open mutual funds ng COL? Sana by June. Sana by June. We're really trying to do that. Okay, and to be honest, we are already beta testing the system also. Personally, on my account, I can already buy mutual funds. I've tested it out. We're running it. It's just that we also want it to be secure. We also want it to be accessible so that when you log on, kasi pangit po pag nag-log on tayo tapos hindi tayo makabili o mali yung mabili dahil sumablay yung sistema. Okay, so konting pasensya na lang po. It's just that this is really the first time that one company will offer close to 24 mutual funds from different companies of different types all in one place. So it's a very technologically challenging undertaking, and we want to get it right. Kasi, of course, concern ng tao, baka magkamali, baka mali mabili, baka kulang, ganito. We're really working on all of those, but we hope that by June, okay, we will be able to open it now to the general public. We are already beta testing it. We have offered it to yung mga employees to sort of play around with it to really see if it is stable enough to actually take orders. Kasi medyo nakakatakot din po. I mean, kung sa ano na lang po, pag minsan dumadami minsan, I'm sure some of you have heard or experienced, minsan nag-i-slow down din yung site namin eh. So again, we want to minimize these things, especially since we believe that mutual funds will be for the retail person more attractive than stock picking. Mas yun ang ano doon, baka mas marami pa doon eh. So ayun. Pero po mag-request kay CUL ng target price ng stock na wala sa list nila. Yes, you can request, but honestly, medyo mahirap po yan because unang-una, konti lang ang analyst ng CUL. And because number one, it's hard to find good ones and because we have to pay them a lot. And if only a few people follow a stock, then it's not really worth paying an analyst to just follow that stock. Kaya po yung nakikita natin dun sa investment guide natin, yun lang ang right now kayang sundan ng COL. Because also, kahit may tao kami, for example, a company has to agree to talk to us. We request for an interview to clarify the financial statements so that we can follow if, dun namin binibase yung target price, both on the financial statements and on the interviews and talks we have with the CFO and all of these people from that company. Now, even if you have people, if we request for an interview and that company refuses because they are under no legal obligation to grant the interview, wala rin po kaming mabibigay na target price. Kasi we don't just rely on the financial statement. We want to talk to the people who prepare the financial statement so we can get an idea of ano ba talaga yung mentality nila when they came up with these numbers. So, yes, we can request, but normally pag wala doon, either we don't have the manpower or the company refuses to talk to us on a regular basis. Okay? Kasi kailangan po regular, hindi yung pabugso-bugso eh. Because otherwise, again, our recommendations will be spotty pag ganon. What does NA apply on investment guide? Not applicable. Okay? Or walang data sa ngayon. We don't have enough information at this point in time to put data there. Nakapag-open na po ako ng joint account. Pwede ba i-joint yung asawa ko? Yes po, pwede. Kailangan lang po mag-fill up din ng form ng asawa nyo and you have to execute the form as well sa website namin declaring na gusto po natin i-joint yung asawa natin. Pwede po yan. Walang problema yan. Kailangan din po mag-provide ang asawa nyo ng TIN, ID, billing statement. Okay? How to convert single account to joint account? Ganun din. Okay? Again, you find someone else, kung sino ka gusto mo ka-join, they fill up a form in exactly the same way you did with exactly the same recommendations, and then you send us that form along with your form available in our website declaring that this person gusto nyong maging ka-joint account. Okay? Planning to open an account and fund it 30 days after creation, is it possible? Yes, you can. There's no deadline naman eh. You can fund it when you are ready. During fund withdrawal ba, dun lang pwedeng i-withdraw sa account na naka-declare yung account opening? Yes. Okay. That is again a safety feature for our clients. When you open your account, you declare a bank account if you want to. Now, what if you change bank accounts in the future? You close this one, open another one elsewhere. You can change the bank account as well. There is a form also for that. Para na rin safety natin, para alam natin na isang lugar lang talaga pwede puntahan ng pera nyo galing sa COL. Bukod po dun sa buy and sell tax, wala na po bang tax pag halimbawa i-withdraw mo na po lahat ng baka po habulin ako ni Commissioner Henares. Wala po. Wala pong capital gain sa Philippine Stock Exchange. So pag kumita po tayo, sa ngayon ayon po sa batas ngayon na pwede po itong magbago in the future. Pero sa ngayon po, yung nakita po natin kanina, yun na po lahat yun. Okay? Wala na pong kailangang bayaran sa BIR maliban doon. Okay, yun po yun. Ano po yung requirement para ma-join ko yung asawa ko? Yun nga po, ganun din. Kailangan po TIN niya, PRC ID niya, government issued ID, billing statement, form, nag-fill up din siya, parang yung fill up nyo, at form nyo again, na sinasabing gusto niya siyang idagdag sa account niya. Okay, are you open to give a talk to elementary schools? Yes, we do. COL, you email COL, you can request. Sila na po bahala kung ako o someone else ang ipapadala nila. But yes, we definitely do that. Paano po single ka nag-open tapos naging married? Yun nga po, pwede pong idagdag po talaga yung mapapangasawa niyo in the future. Wala pong problema yon. May asawa ko, ang nag-open ako, nakakasin ko lang, how can I change the account or joint? Ganun po palagi. Idadagdag, fill up lang po talaga tayo ng form, okay, para po maidagdag yung asawa natin. Paano po yung security na accounts namin sa COL? Well, we have top-of-the-line security para hindi po tayo ma-hack. Pero kung gusto nyo po talagang really, really safe, you can ask for a stock certificate to be given to you. Okay, after you buy, you write COL a letter, Dear COL, please give me my Ayala Corporation shares. That is legal. That is okay. We will send you the stock certificate para hawak nyo na. Pero pag ganon, mahirap po ibenta yan. Ibabalik nyo pa muna sa amin yan bago mabenta. And that process can take up to 2 weeks, maybe even 3 weeks bago po siya mabenta. Ano pong sagot mo po question ko, or say wish na feature na automatic sell. Yun nga po, PSE po ang magse-set niyan. If the technology is there, we are just waiting for the PSE itself to implement it. Because if the PSE will not implement it in their system, we also cannot do it in our system. Okay, we have to wait for the PSE to really start allowing it. Now, I believe the next trading system, I think, baka pwede na yan. But we will have to see. Because the technology is there. It's really just waiting for the PSE. Hindi na po COL ang ano niyan. PSE na po ang mag-aayos niyan kasi marami na po talagang may gusto niyan. Hinihintay na lang po ang PSE. Bakit ganito katagal? Hindi ko po talaga alam. Decision po ng PSE, yun kung kailan. Ano pong ginagawa ng relationship officer kapag premium account holder? Well, they'll help you pretty much look for reports. They can also help you execute trades for you if you want. But they really limited in being able to give you recommendations. Medyo slightly different na po yun. Iba po yung group sa PSE na gumagawa po ng ganon. Hindi po talaga yung relationship manager. It's really more for administrative, reports, mga ganon, and maybe some execution, but not really on the stock picking side. Medyo may slight difference pa din po doon. Yung real-time screen display ay kailangan pa din i-refresh para makuha ng updated. Ganun yung po sa charts to need pa i-refresh para makuha. Depende po din kasi minsan because we have several servers. Some of them nagre-refresh agad, some of them medyo mabagal. But we're trying to get it all to the ones that refresh automatically. And again, pag below 25,000 po tayo, pag nandun pa lang po tayo sa starter, talaga pong kailangan i-refresh yan. Yung sa chart, yes, kailangan din po rin talagang i-refresh muna yan habang nag-change. Yes, yung seminar po bang tinutukoy nyo para hindi ko na kailangan ng billing statement ay yung Thursday seminar nyo? Yes, that's one, but any COL seminar, yung EIP, yung technical, any COL seminar, okay, if you attend any of them, we can waive the requirement for the billing statement. Okay, do you have recommended books or references for further knowledge? Siyempre, pesos and cents. And, groups like TGFI, all of that, para naman meron din tayong resource. But ultimately, after all of that, I really would recommend yung research mismo ng COL. Learn how to read it. It will be difficult in the beginning. That's why you need resources like us, TGFI, Investopedia para maintindihan natin, but really spend time on the COL research. Makikita nyo they're really good. Can we change our listed dependent in our existing COL account? Hindi po talaga. Yun nga po Because again, wala naman talagang listed beneficiary. Okay, yung sinasabi natin para sa bata, hindi yan sa bata na talaga yan. Okay? It's not you can change your mind. No, sa bata na yan. Sa kanya na. You're just waiting for that child to turn 18 so that it officially becomes theirs. So, hindi po pwedeng papalit-palit. Kaya po pag-ingatan po talaga natin kung sino yung idadagdag natin. Okay. Bakit nawala po yung model portfolio? Nandun pa rin po yan. You go to yung research, hanapin po natin sa publications yung calling the shots, COL, calling the shots, nandun po yung model portfolio. It's at the end of the calling the shots report, nandun po palagi yon. Okay, tapos yes, yon, wala talaga muna yung pag-update, answer that. I'm from Singapore. Okay. Okay. Ay, walang comment lang pala. Do you still need to open another account if you have an existing account? Right now, no. The ideal for us, okay, and this is again the reason why it's taking a bit long, gusto namin na pag serial account holder na tayo, pwede ka na bumili agad din ng mutual fund without necessarily having to open and submit more documents again. That is what we're working on. Parang integrated na eh. Diba? Para isang account talaga, nandyan na lahat. Okay, so, advantage of mutual fund versus stock account. We have an episode on pesos and cents about that. Na talaga po, it's convenience versus control. A mutual fund will be more convenient, but you don't really know what the fund manager is doing with your money. You can never ask the fund manager what they are doing with your money. Doing it this way by yourself, more difficult, but you have control. You know what you have, you know when you buy, you know what you buy, all of those things. So it's a trade-off. Ano mas importante sa atin? Okay. Around how much po maging initial investment mutual fund ng COL? We're also looking at about 5,000 pesos para flat for everything. Puro trader po ba ang pumapasok sa SOL o meron ding, what do you mean po na puro trader? Hindi po. Actually, mas marami nga po ngayon ang nag-EIP sa COL kesa nagtre-trade because it allows them to enter the market without being a trader. Doing fund withdrawal ba? Doon lang pwedeng withdraw sa account? Yes, answer that. Will there be any future plans in terms of short-term and long-term trade investing plan with support of... Meron na, what do you mean in terms of short and long-term trading investing plan? Dapat po tayo gumagawa nun. We already provide you the fundamental analysis, nandiyan na po yung PE, all of that. What you do with that will be your own personal approach because we will not know what your risk levels are. TA, same thing. We have our version of TA, but it is not the only version of TA. Meron pong harmonics, meron kung ano pang ibang versions dyan. So, this is what we have right now. You can take the data and apply it to your own trading systems. What if 17 pa po ako? Tin po ba ng magulang ko ang gagamitin? Yes. Your parents will have to provide, one of your parents will provide their tin, but do not use their tin in your name. Illegal yon. When you hit 18, get your own tin. Okay? Paano po mapalitan ng EIP data? Who else is pwede sa joint account? Anyone who is above 18. You don't have to be related. You don't have to be married. Anyone who is above 18, pwede po nating ka-join. Paano po mapalitan ng EIP's date schedule ng COL? May video po sa YouTube. You do a search in YouTube, EIP COL or COL EIP. Meron po tayong instructional video dyan kung paano palitan yung EIP schedule natin. How many company can you recommend for us to manage? Actually, I just say start with one muna. Just start with one. Personally, in the accounts I manage, I rarely go beyond 5 to 7. To me, that's the maximum. Kasi hindi naman pwedeng 15 hawak mo eh. It doesn't really accomplish anything. Ang hirap pa bantayan pag 15 yan. Mahihilo ka. So, start muna with one. Pag kaya mo na, gamay mo na isa, o then magdagdag ka pa ng isa. Okay? But, I really cannot see, unless you're going to do it professionally, reason for you to start hitting double digits in terms of mga hawak mo. Doesn't really make sense. Need ba i-declare sa SALN account yung account with COL Financial? If you are a public official, yes po. Kasi po, asset po ito. Asset po siya eh. It's very clear. It is an asset. So, yes, you have to declare it. And you usually have to declare market value, which is the actual value. That's market value as of the date of the report. So pag SALN, let's say as of end of year, meron naman po tayong end of year valuation. You are, as an elected official, yes, you are supposed to declare that. Or if you work in a public office or publicly owned corporation that requires SALN, then yes, it does have to be declared because it is an asset. Kung balak po mag-open ng account para sa child ko, kung isang bank account lang ang pwede per sol, ibig sabihin kailangan ko, hindi. When you open an account for the child, it can be a parent's account and we strongly suggest it is a parent's account because theoretically the child does not yet have their own bank account. Pwede po, pwede po bank account ng magulang sa case na yon. After senior play, how long does it take before? Usually po, 24 to 48 hours But this is a good problem on CUL's part. Medyo sa dami po nag-open ngayon. Minsan po umaabot ng 72 hours. But dapat po within 24 to 48, meron man lang sumagot po sa atin. Okay? Ngayon, kung medyo natatagalan, please feel free to email helpdesk to ask what happened. Pwede po ba kayo mag-guest for our seminar sa university? Yes. Again, I do that, but you would have to request through CUL po. They decide where I go, basically. What could be the reason kung bakit di pa na-implement yung shorting sa PSE? Number one, because people don't even understand how it works. Shorting is a very dangerous thing. And yes, it is necessary for a mature market. But I know so many people na sinasabi, dapat shorting tayo, ganun-ganon. Sabihin ko sa'yo, pag inalaw ang shorting, yari tayo sa malalaking fund managers. Because unang-una, kasi sa shorting, sino ang magpapahiram sa'yo ng shares na ibebenta mo? Saan kukunin yan? Because you have to deliver shares to whoever bought it. There has to be a system for that. Now, the thing is, right now, the law says, the Insurance Commission now actually says that insurance companies can lend their shares for shorting. So kung ganun din lang, sa tingin nyo, kanino ipapahiram na insurance company yung shares nila for shorting? Sa general public o dun sa fund managers mismo nila na gusto rin mag-short? Mahirap Delikado. So please, before we look for shorting all of these things, let's try to grow the market first. Let's try to do things safely before we go into things such as shorting. Because yes, it sounds exciting. Yes, it opens both sides of the market to making money. But it also means it opens both sides of the market to people losing money as well. Delikado po ang shorting. Okay, marami rin ang nalulugi sa shorting. Okay, gusto nyo ng talagang classic example niyan? Tignan nyo sa States, yung kaso ng Herbalife. There is a fund manager named Bill Ackman who, after accusing in public that the Herbalife is a scam, short niya. Shinort niya. Then he accuses them of being a scam. Bakit? Siyempre, pag scam ngayon, malalaglag stock price, kikita siya. That is how ugly shorting can get. So, ingat-ingat po tayo sa ganyan. Okay. I-recommend nyo po na i-try muna. Yes, open the 7-day free trial, navigate the site, but we won't really be able to buy or do any mock trades yet. Halimbawa na bankrupt yung company o kaya yung broker mismo na handler. Dalawang kaso po yan. Pag na-bankrupt yung company, tandaan natin may-ari tayong negosyo. So pag nagsara yung negosyo mo, may sari-sari store pa man or anything, wala kang makukuha at the end of the day, di ba? Zero ka. That's what will happen. Kung yung broker magsara, depende kung bakit nagsara. Kung nagsara yan because nalugi at hindi naman ninakaw, masosolid din yung shares mo. Pero pag ninakaw yan, which has happened in the past, in the PSE, maghahabulan tayo sa korte. That's the long and short of it. Okay. Okay lang mag-loan. Wag. Please do not borrow money to go into the stock market. Please do not do that. Okay. I do not do that. And I've been doing it for a long time. I do not borrow money to do this. Please do not do that. Okay. Can you do it? Yes. But again, please don't. If you invest in stocks, taxes from this have already been deducted. Do we file a tax form? Sa ngayon po nga, hindi. Sa ngayon hindi. Now, next year, we may have to voluntarily declare yung holdings natin. But, wala pa rin sa ngayong capital gains taxes. Sa ngayon. Okay? If I'm a single parent, I have 2 kids, if gawin ko po sila pareho ng separate accounts, pwede po ba yun? Yes. 1 parent, 1 child lang po palagi. 1 parent, 1 child. So if you have 2 kids, 1 parent, 1 child, 2 accounts. If you have 5 kids, 1 parent, 1 child, 5 accounts. Ganun po palagi tayo. Okay. If you invest in stocks, okay. If joint account kami ng husband ko, but I use settlement bank account na ITF para sa youngest son namin, actually no, because again, that bank account is supposed to be for your child. This can get messy. I would strongly suggest that not be done. Tuloy po ba ang seminar niyo sa Korea? Wala po akong seminar sa Korea. Hindi po ako yun. Ibang po tao po yata yun. Hindi po ako yun. Okay. bili ng shares, kailangan po talaga mag-bid or pwede yung diretso? Yes, pwede. Pwede nga po diretso. Pwede tayo mag-bid kung bibili ka, pumila ka dun sa bid site or bilhin mo na yung pinakamura which is the top price on selling. Kung gusto mo makabili agad, kunin mo agad yung top price sa selling. May existing account na po ako sa video. Pag nag-open po ba ako ng, does it mean need pa? Hindi, yung existing account na lang po natin, it's actually better that you use your existing account. Lalo na kung BDO po yan. Lalo na kung BDO checking account yan, it will make your life with COL much, much easier. Okay? So, I guess with that, that's it.
Yay.
Thank you, everyone. And hopefully, we get to do this again. Have a good weekend, everyone. And as always, aral po muna tayo bago tayo mag-invest. So, good night, everyone.